Welcome once again to Lehto's Law. Here's Steve Lehto.
Quite a few people asked me to check out the story from Newsweek, where a couple says they're being sued $112,000 for giving one-star review to roofing company. And there's a little bit we have to unpack from that title by itself because they're being sued and the lawsuit seeks $112,000. That doesn't mean the person suing is going to get it. But number two, it says giving one-star review. It's plural. There were more reviews given than just the one. It may or may not make a difference, but we'll talk about this. Benjamin Fearnow wrote the story for Newsweek. A couple in Washington State, Vancouver, Washington, said they're being sued for a six-figure amount after they said they received poor service from a roofing company and gave them a one-star review on Google. Autumn and Adam told KGW-TV that a roofing company sued them for $112,000 after they each left one-star reviews of the company's services. The two were reportedly served a lawsuit by the roofing company that accuses them of defamation and intentional interference with a business expectancy. Sometimes they refer to it as tortious interference with the contract. Defamation, of course, is saying something about somebody that is false and hurts their reputation. And then, of course, intentional interference with the business expectancy means that you've intentionally harmed someone's business. But it depends on where you are, what you need to do to actually be liable for that. And like tortious interference with the contract, for instance, in Michigan, means there actually has to be a contract between two parties, and you step in and get one of the parties to break that contract. So that would not be what's going on here, but there might be a different tort in Washington of intentional interference with a business expectancy. The two wrote in their respective online reviews that the receptionist of the roofing company, which was sent to their home by their landlord to fix a leak, was rude, and that the company didn't follow through on the services they were tasked with completing. The couple filed a complaint with the Better Business Bureau, which a lawyer for the roofing company told KGW is proof that the two went out of their way to cause harm to the family-owned roofing company. So apparently, filing a complaint with the BBB proves you're trying to hurt somebody. The receptionist refused to give me any information. She said I'd have to get it from the landlord. I asked to speak with the manager, and she laughed at me. She told me I was verbally abusing her and that she was the office manager, and then she hung up on me. That's what one of the two people said to a reporter. That's not what the review said. The other person says she was just super rude, told me that she was the office manager. There's no one else I could talk to, and hung up on me, noting that neither tenant was informed of when the company would finally complete the supposedly scheduled roof repairs. Now, the owner of the roofing company contacted the couple, and it told one of them that the negative review needed to be taken down immediately before more damages were done to their reputation. And now here's one of the reviewers speaking. He told me that he knew where I lived. He said he had forensics guy, that he would gladly spend $100,000 suing me. He added that she contacted local police, who in turn told him not to contact the couple anymore. It was then that the woman customer said that a law firm reached out to the couple on behalf of the roofing company to demand they take down the one-star Google reviews. She said, I cried immediately. I was terrified. I can't afford a lawyer. I can't afford to pay $112,000, and I don't want to file for bankruptcy. Numerous lawsuits across the U.S. have emerged in recent years over negative online business reviews. Many of these businesses were successful in winning tens of thousands of dollars from customers who posted bad reviews, with plaintiffs ranging from restaurants to doctors' offices. In New York City, a gynecologist filed a $1 million lawsuit against a woman over a critical Yelp review in 2018. An attorney representing the roofing company told KGW that the lawsuit is not actually about the negative reviews. He explained, they intentionally harmed the roofing company by posting one-star reviews for the purpose of getting a report they weren't entitled to. And so I read several versions of this story in several different places. And what appears to have happened is there's a couple renting a house. There's a problem with the roof. The landlord called a roofing company and then told the couple, we got this roofing company, they're on it. Couple's sitting around wondering when the roofing company is going to show up, starts to wonder if this is really going to happen, calls the roofing company and says they weren't treated properly by the roofing company. They then left a couple one-star reviews on Google about the roofing company, And the roofing company's position is, you're not our customer. The landlord's the customer. And so you might be the beneficiary of this contract, but you are not a party to the contract. So therefore, we don't actually owe you anything. And so I guess one argument we made, why don't you file a bad review about your landlord, saying we got a house that we're renting that's got a leaky roof? That might be part of it. The other thing, of course, is that there's two people living in a house with a bad roof. They want a roofing company to fix it, and the roofing company, they believe, didn't handle it properly. They each leave a 1-star review. Now, it's one roof. It's one house. Presumably, it's one contract to fix that roof. Do both people leave bad reviews? And so, calling the Better Business Bureau, in my mind, you can't say that's evidence of bad faith, because people call the Better Business Bureau anytime they feel wronged by business. Better Business Bureau says that's what they're there for. You know, that's what they actually claim is their reason for existence. So there's nothing wrong with that. But the fact that both of them left 1-star reviews, there's a slight issue there. But getting to the underlying legal issue, defamation. Now, interestingly, this article does not cite the 1-star reviews. I did not see the 1-star reviews. But it wouldn't matter if I had, because I'm not privy to the actual interactions between this couple and the roofing company. But if you make a truthful statement about somebody, it's not defamation. The truth is a defense in a defamation claim. And since this is something that was written, it was typed out, it's considered libel. And there's also slander if you spoke something bad about somebody, but this is libel. Or defamation, I guess is the broader term they used in their lawsuit. So the defamation question becomes, did the couple say anything that was defamatory? And defamatory by definition would be something about the roofing company that was false and hurt their reputation. And that actually requires two things to be true if you think about it. One is that the statement's false. Two is that the roofing company's reputation was harmed by what was said. And the real question is, does anybody really care about Google reviews? There's Google, there's Yelp, there's all kinds of stuff out there that rate things. And if you really care, And I know that there have been instances before where some business got into the news. I seem to recall a watch repair shop in New York City that got into the news, and they had complained about a review somebody gave them. And when that story hit the news, everybody started jumping in and reviewing that company on that site. And next thing you know, instead of having this one review that the watch company doesn't like, now there's suddenly hundreds of reviews. And most of them are just, I don't like this place. I hear they sue people who give them bad reviews. So it's a strange world we live in. But anyone can sue anyone. I've said that before. You go to court, you pay your filing fee, you hand across the counter to the clerk something that's written on paper, and they accept it for filing, and you serve it on somebody, and it's a lawsuit. And I've seen lawsuits that have merit. I've seen lawsuits that have zero merit that get filed. Anybody can file anything, and lawsuits get filed. And so the fact that they're asking for $112,000 is also something that raises eyebrows, because where'd they get that number from? And I actually saw the breakdown in one of the articles. They said, well, so much against the woman, so much against the man. $112,000. So they can actually monetize it to that kind of accuracy, that they've got those kind of damages? Because most states simply say you must plead an amount to put you into the court that you're going into. So if you have in Michigan, for instance, an amount below $25,000 in damages and no equitable claims, you file that in district court. If it's above $25,000, you file that in circuit court. And so when you say I've got $112,000 in Michigan, that would put you into circuit court. But when you go into court, you need to prove up your damages. And if a judge were to say to you, okay, blackboard those damages for me, put them up, show them on a blackboard where you get these numbers from. Did they lose 2 contracts? And can they actually say, well, we lost 1 contract due to his review, 1 contract due to her review? And if the reviews stay up, Wouldn't that be a continuing harm? In theory, if it harmed them now, won't it continue to harm them in the future? Because if the reviews are still up, you're capping it at 112? I mean, if it caused you 112 this quickly, won't it cause you more in the future? Or did the reviews come down? And if the reviews came down, then you have to prove to us exactly how you got $112,000 exactly in damages. But it's very strange. It's very strange. And I always wondered if the companies like Yelp and the review people at Google ever thought about this aspect of the world, that you're saying to people, go ahead and review businesses on here. And then when you post something on there and you review them, the person gets sued. So I don't, again, know how much faith anybody puts in any reviews anywhere, because anybody can go on the internet and type anything they want. The same way that anybody can file a lawsuit against anybody for anything. It's that easy. So paper never refused ink. The internet never refused a review. And so people can go on and post a review. And again, do people really, I was going to hire this roofing company, but they got a bad review on Google. I don't think I'm going to do that. So we'll see what happens. If it settles, we might not find out on what terms it settled. But as of right now, couple says they're being sued $112,000 for giving one-star reviews, plural, to a roofing company. Stories in Newsweek. Benjamin Fiernow wrote it. Andrew, Jim, George, Gerald, Sean, Natasha, and Darian all sent it. Thanks a lot. Questions or comments, put them below. Let's talk to you later. Bye-bye.
Thank you for watching Lehto's Law. My phone woke me up this morning. It was alarming.